Hello and welcome to the weekly oracle reading for the week beginning 25th of August onwards. Let's tune into our cards right away. Okay, the first card we have is Fairies and it says Earth Magic. Okay, we've had this card before. I really think it's going to be a self-introspective week for us. You don't have a choice, you have to let go, okay? A lot of us are going to be going through the ultimate level of pain that we have been experiencing with respect to a certain area in our lives. It's coming to an end actually, but it depends on how you look at it, okay? If you want to be that person who wants to hold on to it and keep narrating sob stories to people who just pretend to care for you, you can do that all life and still get nowhere with that, okay? I'd suggest you take responsibility of how you feel, of your life, and decide to get done with it this week, because by all means it's very supportive week as well. There are so many things we are not addressing because we kind of choose to avoid it. This has a lot to do with karma. This has a lot to do with your ancestral bonds. This is the karma clearance week. Your karma gets leveled, okay? It's the excesses and the recesses, they're going to be leveled, okay? And when you say leveling, there's an equal proportion of adjustments that need to be done, and adjustments are not easy. This week is in essence trying to tell us it's not about sucking it up. You have to pull your socks up, okay? Taking responsibility for how you feel, for doing things that keep you in a certain balanced way of living your life. And it's a day-to-day responsibility. It's not a quick fix. It's not a one-day offer. It's a spiritual lesson, okay? Whatever that ultimate pain that you're going through, understand this could be the potential end of it if you're willing to take it to that level, okay? Saturn and Mars is in Scorpio, and Scorpio helps us look into our depths. What is underneath? What is it that we don't know? What is it that we are avoiding? If you have been dreaming about people who have crossed over, father, mother, brother, sister, friends, or if you think you're getting certain intuitive messages which is more to do with your family, please understand this is definitely to do with karma of previous lifetimes, your forefathers. If there's an act of ceremony that you can give, an act of thanks, please do that. Yeah, they're also saying go out and spend time with nature. Sometimes that's all it takes. Get out of your seemingly comfortable environment and commune with nature. Now, I want you guys to realize that your healing is a lot more tied up with your physical body. We just had the Virgo new moon, and Virgo new moon is all about, digging into details, sorting things on a day-to-day manner, getting into physical activities, diets, regimens, exercises, and also, cooking and gardening. Great things to do, okay? Don't be surprised if you feel really, really relaxed after you cook this week. By mistake if you end up cooking, that is. Or even gardening for that matter. I don't feel these cards lie. And I think there's a reason for using our physicality as a means of healing this week. Okay? So try and see through. The next card is Shaman and it says Ancient Healing Wisdom. I just told you guys this is all about introspection and deep healing for you this week. Whenever shaman comes up, it's absolutely confirmed that it has a lot to do with your soul healing. As this card suggests, this soul healing has a lot to do with removing the illusion of separation of the soul from what that is whole, okay? So what would be positive thinking in the ideal definition would be to integrate the dark side and take in the positive aspects of that. That way, the darkness is not separate from light. It's only in the eyes of the beholder, because perception is the only reality. You have to get that, okay? And as long as we live in this plane of existence, we'll keep having to deal with losing our perception time and again. It's always happening, okay? Which is why it's necessary for us to kind of do a day-by-day exercise to keep focusing on a particular thing. House of Virgo is all about that. Ancestors, they're not here to make things difficult for you. They're just trying to make things easier so that you can transition as fast as possible, because the more good you do, it gets into the same book of accounts of your lineage. Okay, so you are expected to do good things in life, and if there's something stalling you at the moment, they're also keen, maybe even more keen than you, to kind of get rid of whatever inhibitions or obstacles that's causing you from reaching your highest potential. They're quite naturally so. They love you. Okay, and trust me when I tell you, you have everything it takes to look at it objectively, and towards the end of the week, look at that situation and say, this is all. I'm pretty sure, because I feel as much as we have Scorpio and Saturn and Mars combination together, which gives you an insight into the depth of things, Mercury, Moon and Sun in House of Virgo is the ultimate surgical tools. It's all about detachment, methodic dissection of things, and it does that in an objective fashion. They're saying that your sense of isolation has a lot to do with the fact that you think you are different from everyone else. You think you are this person, that person, this person, or this tendency to put things in a box and call it this, that, those, whatever that is the exact reason why we have come to a space of dissociation from what we call our higher selves, or even God for that matter. If you think you have good objective counsel around you, do not hesitate to seek it. They're saying that you will be tested by some people this week for sure. Yes, there is a lot of anger involved, a lot of sadness involved, but you have the choice to look at it and says, this is it, not anymore, enough is enough. Okay, the next card we have is Spring Equinox, and it says rebirth. Okay, this is why we're going through all this drama, people. The card speaks for itself. Rebirth. Okay, we are rebirthing ourselves. This is you 3.0 or 4.0. Okay, you are just upgrading your software, and and they're saying that they're bringing my attention to the Virgo new moon because it's very serendipitous. As I said, it has a lot to do with helping you in moving on. So when you have tools like that given to you, and if you sit there and cry, I want milk, I want baby, I want that job, for people sitting up there who's not in this level of existence, they're gonna say, oh my God, here we go again. Okay, so make it easier for you and them. Okay, they've been trying so hard to get through to you. This is all about developing a new lifestyle, and your lifestyle involves all aspects of you. Okay, you have the chance to completely revamp yourself. Why is it healthy? Because this is how it happens. Spiritual health is all about degradation of the old and upgradation into the new. Okay, so what doesn't work, get rid of it, and try and step into a zone where you're open to this new experience, no matter how uncomfortable it may seem. Okay, you have to shed your inhibitions. Okay, next card is Eagle, and it says communion. I love eagles. Eagle is all about communing with your highest version of yourself. Okay, and eagle is a very eclectic spiritual animal. It's very powerful. It's the only bird that has the insight of having a non-myopic view of things, at the same time can still look into the details of things. Meaning you're spiritual but you're detached. This is a crucial lesson for cleansing at a deep level. It seems to me that a lot of your healing is also coming through your pets. Don't be surprised if you have a eureka moment by watching your dog behaving a certain way. Especially lessons like effortlessness, unconditional love. Okay? It's not about right or wrong anymore. It should be about what feels good and what doesn't. You have the freedom of expression, but you must also have the freedom to let go of it. Okay? So this is also bringing me back to the first card, which is a lot to do with nature. So nature as a whole is serving us double duty here now. Okay? It's helping us commune with the most primal energies within nature, and it's also asking us that we consider upgrading ourselves and make it light on ourselves by taking responsibility of our lives. Okay, this is not a time for you to get run into a quick fix solution and delude yourself. There's also a special message that has to be shared with sensitive people here. The reason being that sensitive people finds it the most difficult to survive through the world. They're just like sponge, they absorb everything around them. Some of you out there who can't understand what sensitive people is like, not all of us are with the same psychic mental setup. Okay, some of us come with a sensitive mindset, some of us come with a constructive mindset, some of us come with a reasoning mindset. And just because we currently live in a world where there's majority of us playing on logic as our strengths doesn't mean that you have to disown a sensitive community. In fact, a lot of people I know who are logical thrive on it. Look at the entertainment industry. Writers, artists, poets, actors, entertainers, comedians, all these are people who are sensitive. So if you're making fun of that kid in your neighborhood, you call him a loser, it's no different from disrespecting your favorite singer or actor, okay? If you ask them why they're sensitive, they probably won't have an answer to that, okay? So I suggest you guys, since you're logical and detached from issues in general around you, if you have a sister, brother, friend who needs that kind of intervention, you must help them. And for you guys who are the sensitive lot, don't worry, I'm there too. Isolating yourself is not the answer. Okay? Commune with the world around you. The answer is in desensitizing. There is never an actual desensitizing possible for us. But we can sense the depth of things. Okay? So if you're in a situation where you sense that the depth can lead you to an uncomfortable space, do not involve yourself further in that. Okay? Doesn't mean that you shut yourself off. It just means that the degree of your participation has to be checked. Okay? And stop judging yourself because you're a sensitive person. It's a beautiful gift. Because you're creative, you're expressive, you can articulate things in ways people wish they could. Okay? So play by your strengths. As I told you, this is a week for you to be responsible for aspects of yourself that tends to get you down. You need to work on them. Okay? So if someone's not treating you rightly, it's their problem. I'm quite amazed by the message this week. It's just, it hits home, okay? It hits home for all of us. And I'd like to remind you, you're not the only one. But this is also a message for a lot of empaths out there, that a lot of your healing also comes when you heal others, okay? When we heal things around us, outside us, we naturally heal things inside us, within us, okay? And that usually happens when you do it with a lot of respect. Let that be your primary focus. And please work your way through one step at a time. Okay guys, love you all. See you again next week. Alright? Take care.